У нас сегодня впервые в гимназии проводится конкурс ораторского мастерства на английском языке. Итак, у нас 6 участников, но я надеюсь, участники не будут против, если Максим Брильков выступит первым, и ему нужно уходить на экзамен к половине второму. Так что ты можешь не подходить к жребию. Остальные, пожалуйста, подождите. Дорогие друзья, мы желаем всем удачи. Посмотрите, пожалуйста, жюри. Смотрите, так? Обратите внимание. Те, кто участвует, их учителя просто сидят или стоят и волнуются за своих учеников. Учеников у вас, да, вот, у которых вы преподаете язык, нет. Так, хорошо. И всем председательствует Галина Ивановна, руководитель кафедры лингва. Ну что ж, дорогие друзья, я объявляю участника номер 1. 7 класс В. Максим Брильков. И выступление мне здесь так благоразумно написали на русском языке. Трагедия, чернобыльская трагедия.
Let me introduce myself. My name is Maxim Brylkov. I am from the 7th grade. I would like to speak about one of the most important problems. As you know, this year is the year of ecology in Russia. Ecological problems are becoming more and more important today. People all over the world discuss environmental protection, but we still go on polluting air, water and soil. An even greater threat is nuclear power stations. The 26th of April is the date of the Chernobyl tragedy. It is the largest peacetime radiation catastrophe that has ever occurred in world history, considered to be the worst man-made nuclear disaster on this planet. The Chernobyl tragedy is the global environmental event which has left thousands of refugees and long-term contamination land, water and air. After the Chernobyl accident, Bryansk region has become the zone of the ecological disaster. The Chernobyl catastrophe has affected the destinies of millions of people, despite the fact that the accident occurred in 1986. Much time has passed since the day of the accident, and for those who did not personally face the biggest catastrophe of the century is increasingly forgotten and is often considered as belonging to the past. But it is not so for the people of the region. We must not ignore problems of environmental pollution, and we have to try and make everything possible to stop or at least reduce it.
11 класс Б. Артур Седаков. Зачем изучать иностранные языки? Тебе как?
Да, как удобнее тебе самому. Как хочешь. Хорошо.
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to give you a talk about foreign languages. Now a little bit of the introduction. We all know that every day more and more people are involved in the knowledge of new languages. And it doesn't wonder anymore. Foreign languages are helpful and useful nowadays. It helps us to commit difficult poems to memory, such as, for example, Pushkin's Evgeny Onegin. Knowing foreign languages trains our memory and expands it. For me, personally, I would like to speak 2 languages, Japanese and English. Japanese because I'm keen on Japanese art, on Japanese culture features such as Japanese painting. English is because I'm going to move abroad in near future. So basically, I'm working on my English very hard. I'm studying English, watching movies, reading English articles, listening to English rappers. Also, I chat with native speakers through Facebook. So, for you, I can point 3 possible ways of learning English. Reading, listening to, and of course speaking. That's it. Thank you for your attention.
I have a question.
Да,
Probably,
пожалуйста,
probably
пожалуйста.
not even one. Have you ever been abroad?
2 years ago in Turkey.
I remember your work, writing work, while the Olympiad in the 9th school. And in your essay, you wrote about moving abroad, that's your dream or something, and I wonder why the person has such a wish. Why?
Because I got my home there in US, and he said he can help me with moving. He would give me courage for the first time, and that's it, I think.
I've been to the USA, and I have never wanted to stay there. Never.
Why?
It's very difficult for the Russian person to live there.
He said something like that it probably can be difficult, but
It's very difficult to live among Russian people, but among Americans it's more difficult. Believe me.
okay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Спасибо, Артур. И я объявляю участника номер 3. Это кто у нас? Виктория Малюкова, 10 класс А. Жизнь без дружбы ничто. Исключить из жизни дружбу все равно, что лишить ее солнечного света.
Nowadays, lots of people forget about the importance and meaning of supporting in their lives. When you have some difficulties and you can't find a way out, your friends always by your side. They listen to you and advise something to deal with your issues. Because if people during the whole history did not know about the operation and help, none of wars would not have been ended if the soldiers do not help each other. None of epidemics would not have experienced if the doctors did not know what means supporting and mercy. Lewis Carroll said that a person who saves a single soul saves the universe, and he is definitely right. If you help a person, your help will stay in his soul. When he has a chance to help somebody, he will do it. I always try to be kind and helpful to everyone I meet. I have never understood people who stay cold to the troubles of others. Someday they will fall into a situation like that, and nobody will help them. It is the rule of boomerang. There is no indifferent person in my entourage, and I am so grateful for that. Supporting is a very important part in our life. Many times in my life, I have found that support can fix any problem one might have. Without it, there could be no advance, self-improvement, or scientific discovery. So, just be polite and kind to everyone you meet, and the same will come back to you. Thank you.
Дана Сахнова, ученица 10 класса Б. По произведениям Льюиса Кэрролла «Алиса в стране чудес». И выступление называется «Кто я?». Правильно, Дана? Да. Пожалуйста. Тебе как снимать?
Alice's adventures in Wonderland, just after she had grown to a giant size and frightened the white rabbits away. Alice realizes that she is not just trying to figure out Wonderland, but also attempting to determine who she is and what constitutes her identity, in a world that actively challenges her perspective and sense of self. Wonderland has already begun to affect Alice, and she rightly understands that her self-perception cannot remain fixed in a world that has drastically different truths from her own. In Wonderland, Alice has a separate grasp of her identity. Since Wonderland is a product of her own imagination, it becomes clear that it is Alice's identity and not Wonderland itself that is being called into question. The nonsensical features and characters that make up Wonderland extend from Alice's own side. So her quest to understand Wonderland becomes a quest to understand the feeling involved with a conquest or identity. The idea of the great possible also supports Carol's notion that life is a complicated mystery, that human beings must use rational thought and intelligence to understand. That's all. Thank you for your attention.
Участника номер 5. Участник номер 5 у нас Наталья Жуковская. Проблемы современной молодежи.
Можно мне вашу идею?
Да, пожалуйста. Тогда становись вот сюда, вот где вы тут. Дана, не уходи. Посиди.
Hello, my name is Natalia Zhukovskaya. I am a student of 8A class. I want to tell you about young people's problems. Everybody says your youth is probably the best time of your life. That being young means romance, love, new discoveries and so on. But it is also the most difficult time, because you have to make some very important decisions which will influence all your future life. This is not easy nowadays, even for adults, but for teenagers who have to find own place in society, it's very difficult. It is necessary not only to adapt to your society, but also to feel confident about your position in 5, 10 or 20 years' time. Emotional problem for young people can be difficult too. The typical teenager's problem is that nobody understands him. The parents often continue to treat the teenager children as if they were infants, when the children probably consider themselves to be grown-ups. Yours is also the time to meet your first love. It is, of course, wonderful, but as it is widely known that first love often has an unhappy end. This also increases young people's problems. Even friends cannot always stay friends. When young people begin to understand themselves a little bit better, old friends sometimes just grow apart. So, as you see, it's very difficult to be young nowadays, as indeed it has always been.
И у нас Игорь Карпович, 11 класс А. Интересно, как-то так подобрана у тебя тема. Произведение Антона Павловича Чехова «Дядя Ваня», да? Видимо, на английском языке, так, «Вырубка леса». Пожалуйста.
Hello, my name is Igor and I would like to talk about the problem of ecology from the part of Chekhov. Uncle Vanya. You can burn peat in your stuffs and build your barns of stone. Oh, I don't object. Of course, to cutting wood when you have to, but why destroy the forest? The woods of Russia are trembling under the blows of the axe. Millions of trees have been perished. The homes of the wild animals and the birds have been laid desolate. the rivers are shrinking, and many beautiful landscapes are gone forever. And why? Because men are too lazy and short-sighted to stoop and pick their fuel from the ground. I'm not right? Who but a senseless barbarian could burn so much beauty in his stuff and destroy what he cannot create himself? Man has reason and creative energy so that he may increase his possessions. Until now, those he has not created, but destroyed. The forests are disappearing, the rivers are drying up, the game is being exterminated, the climate is spoiled, and the earth become poorer and uglier every day. I read irony in your eye. You don't take seriously what I'm saying. I cross peasant forest, which I have saved from the axe, or hear the rustling of the young trees, which I have set out with my own hands. I feel as if I had had some small share in improving the climate, and that if mankind is happy 1,000 years from now, I shall have been partly responsible in my small way for their happiness. When I plant a young birch tree and see it budding and swaying in the wind, my heart swells with the pride, and I, however, I must be off. Probably it's all nonsense. Anyhow, goodbye.
I'm a beautiful teacher, Alexey Mikhailovich, and he helped me to make this part of Uncle Vanya.
Дорогие друзья, вы знаете, я в таком восторге, что вот как-то, да, вот. Уважаемый жюри, Алексей Михайлович, что?
Надо начинать учить язык.
Надо.
Никогда не будет.
Я заслушалась, просто заслушалась. Уважаемое жюри, сколько вам дать времени на то, чтобы был определен победитель нашего маленького, впервые проведенного в гимназии конкурса? Я думаю, жюри улыбается. Я так думаю, что результаты вы тоже будете оглашать на английском языке, правда же? Мы же сегодня только мне позволительно на русском произносить слова. Итак, пожалуйста. Так. Галина Ивановна, Юлия Витальевна, пожалуйста, сюда, да.
Галина Ивановна, тоже сюда, да. I want to announce the results of the speaking contest. First of all, I would like to say thank you to all the contestants because you brought your fear over your fears to which were very interesting to listen to. So I'd like to congratulate you on this. It was very difficult to name the best of the best, but the winner is the person who is able to communicate with the audience, who can answer any questions, and I was very impressed by his speech and his contact with the audience. So the winner of this contest is Artur.
Аплодисменты.
Now we are going to give diplomas to all the participants. Melekova Victoria. Сахнова, да?
Ольга Валентиновна. Ольга Валентиновна. Я уже не просто. Ну а почему бы и нет? Нет, я правильно сказала? Your teachers, да? Пожалуйста, Ольга Валентиновна. Нет,
Жигунская Наталья. И Игорь Карпович.
Одну минуту, дорогие ребята. Мне хотелось хотелось, чтобы вы сказали спасибо своим учителям, потому что мы не знаем, кто ваши учителя. Мы специально не произносили это вслух. Итак, давайте, вот Максим Брильков, да, ушел. Его учитель, Ирина Валерьевна, вы, да? Ирина Валерьевна Зубарева, так? Аплодисменты. У Даны Сахновой Ольга Валентиновна Ефимова. Аплодисменты. А вы своих учителей, пожалуйста, представьте сами.
My teacher is Елена Ивановна.
Beautiful, Елена Ивановна.
My teacher is Alina Gennadievna.
My teacher is Alessia Viktorovna. Thank you.
I have already said about Alexei Mikhailovich. He is very handsome.
Ну что ж, всем спасибо. Все было просто замечательно, дорогие ребята. И спасибо моим коллегам за то, что вот за этот труд, который можно вот так вот с улыбкой встречать и любоваться, и заслушиваться тем, что делают ваши дети. Это ваше произведение. Спасибо. Аплодисменты.